What is up?
Yo.
Welcome into the best podcast ever. All right.
Okay.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Shot Sports Podcast. Grab a drink or snack. This is your weekly dose of sports, where we'll break down and do a deep dive of the world of sports. Whether you're a casual fan or a diehard, we're here to bring you the latest, the best analysis, and the hottest takes. Subscribe and share, even leave a comment. We appreciate all the feedback. Hit the like button for us and tap the noti bell on the right so you can be notified whenever we drop so you won't miss one. Today we have on the show Drew Best. He's starting to become a regular again. And then
That's right, we're back.
Here, our regular.
User. Hey, man. I'm looking at Drew Best LinkedIn right now. Really the GOAT, bro.
What did I do on LinkedIn?
Nothing. You just the GOAT.
People, I just be stalking people.
I'm just like that.
Yeah,
I just be sometimes going through people's profiles and stuff.
Yeah, I was in bed. I just woke up and I'm like, what Drew Best up to? He has to be the best.
Same shit.
Same thing he was doing a few months ago, but still just goated.
I did the same thing as you yesterday, so.
Oh, yeah, I know. But that's because it was George Webb Day, you know?
It was George Webb Day.
Happy Free Burger, day yesterday, everybody. We got our free burgers. I got my voucher. I can go get another free burger. You can't.
That's fine. I got mine. I got a great. It tasted great. It was cold, but it was great. It tasted like Victor. I had one kid say it tasted cold? Like the World Series. It was kind of cold. It was like it had been sitting in a cooler for about 15 minutes. They had to cook them in bulk. So
you gotta think about it. You gotta prepare them and stuff, bro.
Yeah, they handed out like 4,000 free burgers in 4 hours at our location. So
yeah, the one in Waukesha wasn't even that busy. The one in Brookfield was wrapped around the Aldi, man. That's the story I was on. Yeah, so that was fun. But
for the love of the tradition.
Dang, do Cubs fans get free burgers for winning the series? I don't think so.
No, I don't care. I mean, I'd rather take the World Series ring, but
oh yeah, we gotta get there first.
No one will be there.
Yeah, it's coming. I hope it comes for y'all because I felt that's exactly how I felt when White Sox fans won and we didn't yet. All they did was talk about a World Series ring. So
I ain't gonna lie, I would too if I was the brother city. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't got a ring yet. Well, now we own the series against playing y'all all time, and now we also got a World Series ring. So obviously the Cubs are better. So, but we go jump where we also gonna have Sam. Sam's gonna jump in a little later as well. He has some come up, so we'll be wait for him to pop on as well. So we're gonna jump into our first topic, which won't take long at all, which is fantasy football. Who's the best defense to grab? I mean, I know this. You pick your poison with it. Sometimes you can land two good defenses depending on where you draft them and how your strategy is.
I'll start with this. I'm gonna do my top 5 NFL defenses because this is pretty just easy. Number 1, the Eagles. I mean, of course, right? Super Bowl champs coming off that hot streak. They still got it. All these young players. Don't expect them to lose anything. They lost a little bit of offense. Mekhi Becton came to the Chargers. That's nice. And they just lost a few linemen, and they got some back though, so it's okay. Number 2, the Ravens. They literally have everyone in the league on their team, so hopefully they can do something with that this year. So number 2, the Ravens. That's the second best defense in my eyes.
You know what's crazy? The Ravens are only 89% rostered.
Yeah, I know. So they can still add people on there.
They're only 89% rostered on ESPN Fantasy. That's wild. I would think it'd be like 99%.
Yeah, that's because I don't know. I guess because the division though, you got to realize they play Joe Burrow twice a year, so it kind of sucks. But let me see who's the third. I would say I like the Vikings defense. Don't at me. It's a great defense.
What?
The great defense, very underrated defense. Okay,
yeah.
You got to think about it.
Underrated.
You got to think about it. They got to build around JJ McCarthy. They got a lot of pieces throughout the off season. I mean, they didn't really change that much on offense, in my opinion, but they bulked up their defense a little bit. I don't think anyone's really talked about it. They just, if you look at their roster, I don't want to look at it right now because I don't think this should take that long. But you look at the Vikings roster, they have a lot of good defensive pieces, in my opinion. So I would watch out for them. Number 4, the Broncos. Self-explanatory again. They have like all the underrated players on defense in the league. I'm sure they're gonna make some trades as well, just to help out Bo Nix a little bit throughout the season. I mean, I would expect them to at least. That'd be pretty cool. So I'll give that to them. And the 5th one's pretty hard. I don't know exactly. I mean, I wouldn't say that Niners are kind of washed now. Dallas is still kind of bad with defense. Yeah. Lions still aren't that good at defense. They just have a crazy offense, though. I mean, I'll leave 5 up to you guys, but I'll just leave that. That's my top 4 at least. I can't really think of any other team that could stand out for me in fantasy for sure. But yeah.
How about the Bears defense? I'm not gonna say like go up and grab the Bears. Okay, just grab them as the first as our like starting defense. But when you come into like a bye week or something, depending on who the Bears are playing that week, that might be a good pickup to have. Like, and the crazy thing is that defenses and kickers. I would love to. Maybe we can jump into a little bit of that too. Who's the best kicker too, so we won't have to, have a whole segment by itself on it. But
I don't even know who's the best kicker anymore, dude. I lost track.
The best kicker to me, is like Corey Dicker for the Chargers. He's ranked number 1 right now.
Cameron Dicker, yeah.
Yeah, and then Brandon Aubrey, them two.
I think he's the best kicker. He just seems so consistent.
Aubrey is insane. He has like.
Who's that guy that hit the 70-yarder in the preseason on the Jaguars?
Oh gosh, I can't even think.
Crazy.
He might be a little good guy to. And people don't understand that defense. And
kicking, I forgot a good one.
Go ahead.
The Texans. That's a crazy defense. I forgot that one. The Texans.
That's like a consensus top 5, I think, among analysts.
They have a great. They are ranked probably number 1 in every category for preseason right now because they have a crazy D line. They have arguably the best cornerback in the world. Next to him is another great cornerback. They have really good linebackers. Will Anderson is just ridiculous. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. They did the Chargers pretty bad last year with obviously no help at wide receiver besides Ladd McConkey. But that's neither here or there. I just feel like Texans, they definitely have a top 3 defense. That's it. That's one I kind of forgot. That's on me. But yeah, I would say my top 5 is Eagles, Texans, Ravens, Broncos, Vikings. I can see Steelers because they always are pretty good at defense, but I don't know. I feel like they're kind of old. I don't want to put them top 5 if they're that old. So that's my top 5.
And the reason why, like, looking at a defense and looking at who they have and their schedule is a big thing because that defense can sometimes make or break you during the week. Sometimes that defense can get so high in points to where the other team just can't recover. Especially like your defense play on a Thursday night and they put up 15, 20 points. They have just a great, fantastic day. They put up 15, 20 points. You look at that like you already well above numbers already, not even having your main players play. But
this is crazy.
Well, I guess my take.
Sleeping on me, bro. I don't like that. Jair Hayes is crazy to me. Go ahead.
The only other team that I think that's in that top conversation that we haven't really discussed, even though it's kind of a team that gets talked about a lot, is the Chiefs. They still have a good defense. They're going to be set in the linebacker room. Their secondary is really good. And really I think that they're going to be needing to hold the load a little bit more as this offensive core of, I guess, like the main leaders, Kelsey, Mahomes, start to grow out of their prime. But I guess this year isn't really the year that's going to happen, but they're going to have to step up more. I mean, they obviously, and then the Super Bowl is, I'm sure, certainly a shock to their system as well defensively, where they got rattled quite a bit by Jalen Hurts. And I'm not saying it was all them. Obviously, Cooper DeJean had the pick six. Mahomes had a pretty rough game, but I think that the defense knows that they can't rely on Patrick Mahomes consistently being the number one player in the world anymore. I think that they know that they have to start being able to secure things on their side in order for the Chiefs to go win a Super Bowl. So I think that they'll lock down a little more this year.
Chiefs need to worry about their O-line before they worry about defense. That was pathetic in the Super Bowl. That O-line was – it looked like the Buccaneers game, but worse. Like, it was just – he was getting ransacked the entire game. But he also made some horrible decisions, like you said. But
yeah, and well, you think about obviously the Eagles have probably one of the best front lines going after Patrick Mahomes.
So crazy game plan.
Yeah, and well, like that's their entire thing was like, we just got to put the pressure on and we just got to make sure that Mahomes is facing the heat. Otherwise, he's going to have his way, and that's what they did.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're going to leave that there. We're going to jump into our next topic, which is so CBS Sports came out with an NBA all-quarter century team. So that was over the past 25 years, which means all the way dating back to 2000. CBS came up with a first team, second team, and a third team with an all-century team. So we have the first team right here, which consists of Steph Curry, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Tim Duncan, and Nikola Jokic.
I'm already sleeping. I think we know why.
I know you don't want Jokic on there.
Why? Can we move on to the second team? Can we show the?
I think we know who's going to be the center on the second team.
And it blows my mind on why. But I mean,
let's see team two.
Jesus, second team.
Do we not know that Shaquille O'Neal was winning championships as the most dominant player of his time? I mean, his work ethic was pathetic. Whatever. No one liked it. No one liked that he was feuding with Kobe Bryant. But the guy literally would stomp Jokic into the ground. I'm sorry. Okay? The defense that Jokic gets played against is nothing compared to what Shaq was doing to people back in the day. Obviously, I wasn't born when all this was happening, okay? But there's tape out there. Shaq was the most dominant player when he got into his prime, okay? When Michael Jordan left and Kobe Bryant started to arise with him, they became the craziest duo ever. And then he won one with D Wade. I mean, come on, bro. Jokic is a second-round merchant. Got past the first round. Got past all those rounds the first time because of injuries. And then he played the Heat in the finals, which is like yawn because they didn't really have a superstar outside of Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler can't carry the team 7 games. We've seen it twice now. Okay, and especially in the finals. Just because Jokic wins MVPs and he plays spectacular offense does not put him above Shaquille O'Neal, an all-time great, who's considered in most people's eyes a top 2 or 3 center of all time. When Jokic is just now hitting maybe top 5. Okay, I think Shaq is first team because he wins championship. He's dominant. Jokic is good. He's great. He's amazing. He's a Hall of Famer, but he's not on Shaq's level yet, in my opinion. Still, he still needs to figure out how to play very good on-ball defense. He plays good off-ball defense by getting steals that just go his way. But when you're guarding Giannis, I don't see anyone playing Giannis, pretty well on defense. Jokic is certainly not one of them. So, I mean, I respect Tim Duncan being number 1, but
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the only thing I dispute so far is obviously I think Shaq is better than Jokic in terms, especially when you think about
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, he was a lot. His best years were in those early 2000s, and if you wanted to argue, yeah, he had half of his career in the 90s, and I don't know how they were considering that, but I mean, Shaq was a multiple-time Finals MVP, multiple-time champion, multiple-time just hack a Shaq. It was they were all over him at all times, and he was still doing this stuff. And I mean, you can't even do that anymore. And Jokic, obviously, it's a fun new type of center that we haven't really seen before, but he was not as impactful, I don't think, as Shaq was. So I think that's the only thing that I would dispute. Obviously, Kevin Durant being on the second team kind of sucks to see, but I mean, he's kind of facing a wall on team one. So
Shaq averaged 29 points his second season in the league, and his third season, 29.3 points per game, 26 in his fourth, 27 in his fourth, excuse me, then 26 with the Lakers because Kobe, and then he still started averaging 28, 20, 26, 20 or 30, 29, 27, 28 again, 21 in his last season with the Lakers. Then he went to the Heat, started to decline. I mean, he still was so dominant. And while Jokic is, yes, averaging crazy stats, he's not doing anything with it, bro. He's just not.
Me personally, I think Shaq should be on first team. I can agree. But if we're talking about such a difficult decision, are we talking about like Shaq when he was with the Lakers and the Magic, or are we just talking about Heat all the way to Celtics?
So it's Lakers to Celtics. That's the all quarter century. When 2000 started, he was still winning championships. That's when he won his three championships.
Then you have to put Shaq over there because he was dominating with Kobe.
It was 2000 from 2007 or something like that. He was winning championships.
Yeah, he was dominating with Kobe back then. So
and D Wade.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they give the respect to Kobe and not to Shaq in this situation. It's because they were a 1-2 punch at that point. And you can't have one without the other in those early years, I don't think.
Dwight Howard, third team.
This is where things get interesting. I think.
Are we being for real?
What you mean?
So you would put Dwight Howard on the third team of all century?
Who would you put above him?
Do you think Jokic is better than Howard?
Yes.
But
at the same time, in 2020, Dwight Howard locked down Jokic in the playoffs. So I mean, and he was way past his prime, by the way. So I mean, he was the bona fide Jokic stopper at the time.
The top 3 years of Dwight Howard's prime he was almost unstoppable. If he didn't have a bunch of burritos playing on the rest of the team, they would have been. I mean, they made it to the finals the one year, but it was obviously they weren't going to be able to make it through that with the team they had. Obviously, but Howard was Superman for a while, and it was kind of, I mean, I think that's the right spot for him. The actual dispute I'm going to have, and this is going to make our Bucks fans mad, I think that Dirk should be above Giannis.
Yeah, you don't believe that?
I think I do. I think that just with the stuff he had done, obviously Giannis is huge for Milwaukee and put the city on his back and won a championship. But I feel like that was a situation where Dirk did it first. I think that I think Dirk's a better shooter. I think obviously Giannis is way more athletic and get more inside. But I think Giannis still has a little bit more to prove in terms of legacy before he can get pushed over Dirk. So I guess, and I want to see it happen. I think it definitely can happen. I think it should happen. But I think that for now, I think Dirk's higher.
All right.
That's the only other discussion I have.
Let's look at this quick. Okay. They both have one ring. Giannis has played 12 seasons while Dirk played 21. Playoffs played. Giannis is already at 9 in his 12 seasons. And Dirk was at 15 out of 21. NBA Cup, man, what doesn't matter. All-Star games, Giannis is at 9, Dirk's at 14. Obviously, Giannis is going to get to 14. 2 MVP seasons by Giannis. Dirk won in 2007, I believe, 2008. Finals MVP, both of them have one. All first NBA, Giannis has 7, Dirk has 4. Okay, interesting.
Well, Dirk was playing with Tim Duncan.
Okay, Giannis is playing with like the best players ever, with like Jokic and stuff. Like, he's just getting. Come on.
I think it was different then, where it was like Giannis feels more positionless in those discussions for first team All NBA. I think that Nowitzki was stuck in many situations behind Shaq, behind Tim Duncan, who you just mentioned were both first teamers.
And Giannis isn't behind anybody. That's my point.
Giannis, and I think when you think he's probably the best power forward right now, but I think if you move Dirk back, I think in this, I think Giannis is a better player, but I think in terms of what they've contributed across the quarter century, I think that Dirk is still
as a singular player. Giannis has done literally more than him. All defensive first teams 4, Dirk 0. All defensive teams in general, Giannis is 5, Dirk 0. Defensive player of the year, Giannis 1. And the same year as an MVP, by the way, Dirk 0. Okay, Giannis averages more points than Dirk. Rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. Now, total points Dirk has because he has longevity. Okay, total rebounds, longevity. Total assists, Giannis. Total steals, Dirk by a little bit, by about 200. Total blocks, he still got Giannis by 200. Total games, he played 1,500 games. Giannis has played 859. Field goal percentage, Giannis. Okay, 3-point percentage, Dirk's better. Free throw percentage, obviously, Dirk's better. Now, I'm just saying.
I'll say maybe with Dwight Howard being on third team, maybe, but I think I would put Yao Ming on it. Just because
over Dwight Howard.
Yao Ming was not better than Dwight Howard.
Well, I ain't saying he's better, but I'm just saying like 7'6".
He's that his height does not matter. He didn't do anything with it. Like Wemby would
be. I mean, we do have to. He was good. He was a very solid player, but he couldn't stay healthy, and he was only around for what 7-8 seasons. Yeah, he didn't do quite enough.
I can see it.
Oh my God, no, we're not. No, we are not. We are not taking Joel Embiid over Dwight Howard.
Sorry, Mr.
Dwight Howard.
He said AD too.
Dwight Howard carried the Magic, lost to Kobe in the finals. Okay, that is. I mean, you were saying that
maybe Pau Gasol, even
Tim Duncan. I mean, Dwight Howard was putting up crazy Superman numbers against Kobe's Lakers. They lost. He didn't have anyone else really on that team, by the way. Joel Embiid has won an MVP, sure, yes, great. But the guy literally has missed more games than he's played, bro. I'm not going for that, bro. No, he's not better. I'm not taking Joel over Dwight Howard a day in my life. The disrespect for Joel is very high over here, okay? He should not have won that MVP. Jokic should have won that, and then Luka should have won it the next year, okay? Joel did not deserve. Everyone knows that Joel didn't deserve that MVP too. So I'm not putting him in a top 3 century. No, because he wouldn't last in the last generation where Dwight played Kobe. He'd get destroyed, moved around, hurt all the time, like worse than this. And I didn't even think that's possible. So
Powell was up there too, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Powell was a good power forward.
He was a good power forward. Yeah,
they got him ranked as
taking Dirk over.
That people got him ranked. They say his archetype is like ranked as a center. So
I'm not taking. I don't know about you. I'm not taking Joel over Dwight Howard. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah, that's all. I'll
not do that.
I'll unregretfully give you the Giannis over Dirk conversation. That's I had not looked at the numbers in a while, but I'll give you that. And obviously, I'm happy that he's been performing better than Dirk because that means that he's top. Look, I think that could mean he could be a top 10 player of all time by the time he's done.
I'll give you Dwight's stats real quick. Season MVP, Joel, cool, great, scoring leader, whatever. All NBA first teams, Dwight 5, Joel 1. All NBA teams in general, Dwight 8, Joel 5. All defensive first teams, Joel 0, Dwight 4. All defensive teams in general, Joel 3, Dwight 5. Defensive player of the year, Dwight 3.
These youngins don't know.
3. Joel 0. Dwight Howard was Rudy Gobert, but better, in my opinion. I don't know how Rudy has 4, but he was better. Scoring leader, Joel, great, twice. Dwight, none. Rebounds leader, Dwight 5, Joel 0. Blocks leader, Dwight 2, Joel 0. Joel Embiid does not deserve to be in the discussion as Dwight Howard. If we're talking defensive MVPs, the defensive player of the year is like the MVP for the best defensive player. It's literally the same thing. Okay. He has 3 of those. Joel is nowhere near sniffing that ever in his career. Joel never will be over Dwight Howard in my regard. Yes, he has an MVP. That's great. 30-point season, scoring leader. Beautiful. It was great to watch. But I'm not going. He would get destroyed by Dwight in his prime.
Simple. I think if there's one player across the NBA that we need to open the vault on, it's Dwight Howard, because he played for so long where he wasn't at that prime level anymore, where a lot of the kids growing up now are just like, they don't really remember what it would have been like for him to be at such a high level. And he was on pace for quite a while to be in that conversation with the Shaqs of the world. So, and that's not a crazy thing to say. People thought that there was a way that he could get there at that time.
I'm going Dwight, man. Dwight deserves to be there, man. That's all I'm gonna say of that. But everyone else, I think, looked good. I mean, I can't really. Let me look. Let's see. This one looks good. I mean, got the GOAT at the top.
Okay.
Kobe's there. LeBron's there. Hey, Sam's there.
Sam is here.
We got
Sammy needs your thoughts right now.
I hope you guys.
You guys are all wrong. I don't know what you're saying, but you're all wrong. That's all.
About what?
Anyways, so disrespectful.
Dwayne Wade there, beautiful. He was on the Bulls. I forgot about that.
Yeah, for like maybe a year.
Yeah. Steve Nash. Oh, not talked about enough. That is beautiful. James Harden. Would you guys take Russell Westbrook over Steve Nash?
Oh, we got some breaking news, fellas.
Where's my Kyrie lovers up here?
Kyrie.
They announced it. We got breaking news, fellas.
What?
Derrick Rose jersey retirement.
Derrick Rose number retirement.
Well deserved.
2026 versus the Celtics.
Damn, and they're gonna lose that game. That sucks.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, they will.
Celtics are banged up, dude. I feel like they're probably gonna be a middle of the road team in the East this year. I'd say.
Yeah, they will, but I just think they're gonna beat the Bulls.
There's a chance.
Jaylen Brown needs a lot to prove, my friend.
Yeah, Derrick Rose, jersey retirement.
Don't say he needs to be on the quarter century team. I don't want to hear that.
I will be wearing my Derrick Rose jersey to work. I don't care.
I got mine too in my closet.
I think once the play-in tournament reaches like 25 seasons in the NBA, I think that the Bulls will have the record for most games played in the play-in tournament.
Derrick Rose is not a top 100 player of all time.
Reason is he in the Hall of Fame?
Exactly. No.
Gosh,
I want him to be.
That's hard to say.
I can't.
There's so much Derrick Rose. There's so much Derrick Rose that we missed out on. That's keeping him out of there. That's the whole reason why. There's so many missed games.
We would have got a Curry versus finals.
And I think that is the only.
That would have been outstanding.
He might make the Hall of Fame
because name value alone.
Name value alone, and what he had did prior before the injuries. I think that's why he might get in, not because of what he's done, like with rings and wins and things like that, but what he meant to basketball back then when he was playing. I think that's why he might be. That's why he might make it.
I don't think he'll be first ballot.
Oh, he ain't gonna be first ballot.
No way, first ballot. I don't think that's even possible. But if they put Joel in the Hall of Fame, which they likely will,
then you're gonna have to put Derrick Rose in there.
Sam, who would you rather have in your prime, D Rose or Kyrie Irving?
Jesus Christ,
that's not,
dude.
That's
tough.
No, it's
that's really tough. A little.
Derrick Rose in his prime though was just
the pure athleticism of Derrick Rose compared to Kyrie Irving is probably why I'd lean Derrick Rose. However, Kyrie Irving, the winner, is the guy I'd take over Derrick Rose.
The what? The winner? He doesn't even know how to lead a team to the playoffs. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
He was a number 2 option on every team he's been on.
Ocho Cinco's got to make it to the Hall of Fame.
I agree with that.
Pure basketball skill alone, I'm taking Derrick Rose.
Okay, yeah.
Skill alone, it's Rose.
That's the question. Winner.
And I think I've had this conversation with Nazir before. I think for longer than 2 seasons, I'm taking Kyrie.
You can't make.
I think I can't do that, bro. I can't do it. When Kyrie was in Cleveland, he had every chance to go to the playoffs by himself before LeBron got there. Mm-hmm. They were still bad.
And then he left because he wanted to prove to LeBron that he could do it. And
Derrick Rose alone was taking them Bulls teams to the doggone Eastern Conference Finals.
Well, those Bulls teams were. I know you're not disrespecting those Bulls teams. They had a nice squad. They had great defense from Joakim Noah. They had
they had the best Carl defense ever, bro. They at the time they had the best defense. Like
Luol Deng.
Yeah,
those guys could play.
Top defense. But,
Jimmy Butler for at least a couple seasons.
Oh God, Kyrie, most skilled player ever. Okay, sure, yes, of course, he's a great finisher and he can dribble the ball. Can he win? No. It's proven. He's number 2 on every single team. Mavericks, the Cavaliers, the Celtics, he was number 1, but he couldn't do anything with it. He's not Chris Paul. Chris Paul could do it. He couldn't. Simple.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not taking Kyrie over Derrick Rose in their primes. It's not happening.
Absolutely not. I'm sorry. If you taking prime for prime,
I'm taking Curry over all of them.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's not a horrendous take though. This man can literally come step over half court and hit. Like that's not a bad.
Curry's a top 2 point guard of all time.
That's what I'm saying. That's not a bad take. But if you're starting like if Curry's off the board and Magic is off the board.
Who's Magic Johnson? I don't know who that is.
That's crazy.
Who's number 3? Let's talk about that. Who's the third best point guard of all time? Taking out Magic Johnson and Steph Curry. You think Steve Nash is the third best point guard of all time?
John Stockton?
Over Chris
John
Paul?
Stockton. You're right. No, you're right.
Yeah.
My bad.
You forgot Stockton.
I forgot Stockton. You're right. My bad. That was embarrassing.
Come on,
right.
Stockton.
The disrespect.
Right. Stockton 3. So you think Nash is like 4 then? All time?
He's 2-time MVP.
You over AI?
That's tough, man.
Over AI?
I feel like AI was.
I feel like AI was
like a pure point guard, though. If we're talking pure point guard, okay, you score.
Yeah, I mean Isaiah Thomas, like.
Nah.
Isaiah Thomas was really good.
He was more of a 2 for me, bro. Like he would shoot. He's a 3-and-D player, really, to me, bro.
Isaiah Thomas?
Was he an offense? Like did he run the offense like we talking about these other guys?
Well, I feel like on those teams, this was a bad boy Pistons. So you had Dennis Rodman playing the best defense ever. You had Bill Laimbeer knocking people's teeth out. You had Isaiah Thomas, who was running that offense. Got injured in I think the first year that they won the championship, he got injured in the postseason and still played through it. Joe Dumars is one of the best players of that time as well. Had to help guard Jordan. I know that Rodman took a lot of that bulk in at least a couple of the rounds, but
I don't think
those are nice teams.
Thomas over Stockton, bro. I can't do it. I think Thomas is good, but
I have so much respect for the bad boy Pistons. That's one of the most fun teams that I've seen play basketball.
I think Steve Nash is more of a pure point guard than Isaiah Thomas. I really do. I mean, he won 2 MVPs off of leading his team to the 1 seed and just leading the league in assists and not even scoring. Like he literally won it over LeBron twice.
Well, for the sake of argument, I feel like that we've talked about before. Like people think that LeBron should have picked up at least one of those MVPs, or Kobe should have picked up one of those MVPs.
Oh yeah, over Kobe too. I mean, Steve Nash was like that, bro. I really like Steve Nash, bro. That's my guy. But John Stockton, you're right. I kind of forgot about that guy. Isaiah Thomas, though, yeah. I mean, maybe I got to watch more tape on him. I kind of forgot about it, but
I think I could safely put him top
5 for sure. Well, I don't know, bro.
We haven't even talked about Oscar Robertson yet. Oscar was good.
Russell Westbrook. Let's talk about him.
But he's in that conversation too. Do you take Russell Westbrook or IT?
Westbrook. Taking Westbrook.
All right.
Taking Westbrook. Westbrook would carry his team to the playoffs, man. He would all the time. But we can talk about this all another day because
we got more to get to.
You got more to get to. But hey, man, I mean, that was a beautiful breaking news kind of story to see pop up on my feed on my phone, and you know that right there is like
Bucks fans give you respect.
I don't make the rules.
I mean, that right there alone was like him playing, and that was literally my idol right there. Like, I know people say role model, but then when you have an idol, it's like one person you try to idolize your life after. You know, He's that for me. So that's my idol.
I saw my idol play, man. He torched the Bucks last year. Felt good.
All right. So we're going to move into our next topic. Well, it's time. College football kicks off on Saturday, bro.
Big deal, baby.
Saturday.
We finally made it.
We are here.
We have a cannon.
The first game of the day will be Iowa State versus Kansas State. Yes, it's probably mid, but Iowa State is ranked, and Kansas State always plays Iowa State tough. So it's going to be a good game. I know it doesn't have the name value like Alabama or Oregon or Ohio State, but this game is going to be something to watch for sure. I'm trying to tell you. So we got our top 25 already right here. We'll have that, and we'll be talking about all of the matchups that we can, that we're excited to see. So what opens your eyes Saturday? Obviously, the first game of the day for me. Kansas State is ranked. So that's going to be even better. I was
going to say, they're nice.
Yeah, Kansas State is ranked, so that's even better. So
both of them need to set the tempo, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, so Iowa State, Kansas State is the favorite.
Kansas State's ranked higher, too.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's the game that I'll be in tune to watch. So
give me Iowa State.
Really?
Maybe it's just because I have a soft spot. There's a world where if I had maybe a little bit more money in my pocket in high school that I could have paid to be a Cyclone in terms of tuition.
Okay. I
got in. I thought about it, but I opted to stay closer to home and save more money. But the disregard, obviously, still love my Warhawks, but I was almost a Cyclone, so I guess I'll take them as my imaginary alma mater.
I like that.
I also wanted to go to San Diego State. That would have been so sick. Maybe in another life. But
it's beautiful.
I'm riding Iowa State here. I look at the quarterback matchup more specifically. Both defenses last year were kind of middle of the road. Both offenses in general last year were a little middle of the road, a little more so Kansas State than Iowa State. Iowa State was a little more upper echelon of college football. But I look at Rocco Becht head-to-head against Avery Johnson. Avery Johnson last year was a guy first full year as a starter, 1 year removed from Will Howard after he went to Ohio State. And Avery Johnson is a guy that I thought maybe in a few years from now, and I think he still can be next year in 2 seasons, be a Heisman candidate in the FBS. Last year, 2,700 yards through the air. He did have 600 yards on the ground, and we've known him as more of a dual threat. But the interceptions were a problem. There were some issues with him getting the ball cleanly through the air to his players. Rocco Becht also had 9 interceptions, but Becht, 3,500 yards, still 25 touchdowns, 8 average yards per attempt. Yards per completion was at 13 for the second straight year in a row. I look at Rocco Becht as a sneaky underdog Heisman candidate this year. And I think they can start off this season with a big win overseas in the Aer Lingus Classic against Kansas State, that's just a step in the right direction for Rocco Becht. I think this guy is going to be an interesting prospect to talk about come draft time next year. He looks to me like a very polished quarterback, and I think he could be a sneaky Heisman guy.
Look, I got key factors I want you guys to watch in this game. I think I'm an edge towards Iowa State a little bit, but I can't let you guys sleep on Kansas State very much, okay? I wrote this down, okay? Iowa State, they got interior line. It's kind of unsettled right now. They got a little competition with Baird, Black, and Boniface. I don't know if I said that right. So their performance will determine whether the Cyclones can stay physically balanced because their O-line is very well. They can put that O-line together, man. I promise you. They have a very good O-line. Now, Kansas State's Dylan Edwards. I want everybody to know this, okay? After a breakout bowl performance last year, 196 yards, 2 touchdowns, kind of will be essential to testing Iowa State's run defense, okay? Now, the run defense, Iowa State, I don't remember where they were ranked last year in run defense. I don't think they were that great. But if Iowa State can't stop the run because Kansas State's very good at that, I mean, what says that they're going to win the game, okay? Now, defensive matchups, Iowa State's, I think Dominique Orange, he could be vital in disrupting this run game. Okay, hopefully he is. And Kansas State's linebacker, Austin Romaine, he has a good upfront balance to the linebacker position that could stop Iowa State. Now, I think Iowa State will pull it off because they have an overall better balanced team. And historically, Iowa State leads the series 54, 50-4. So this could go either way. Okay, I'm going to go Iowa State, though. It's going to be a classic game. Week 0. I mean, it might come down to the wire because both defenses are pretty well put together. And as you were saying, Sam, Avery Johnson, I mean, he's a dual threat quarterback. He can sling it left and right, up and down the field. But Iowa State has the lead pass defense and they have returning key starters under Coach Campbell. So home field, I think it's neutral, right? Or no? Is it
this is neutral site. This is over in Dublin. Remember last year, Georgia Tech, Florida State. This is that game.
Okay,
Which that game started me off watching a little bit too much ACC football last year. So this might be the year I really follow closely to the Big 12, which would be I'd be fine with.
I followed the Big 12 a lot last year, man. Big 12
even without Texas and Oklahoma, that's still a good conference to follow. It's gonna be a fun one to watch for sure. I struggle thinking Kansas State had a solid recruiting class this year. They brought in Lincoln Cure, 5-star tight end, #1 nationally ranked tight end. That just gives another weapon to Avery Johnson. Doesn't sound like he's the greatest in run blocking scheme, which, I mean, he doesn't really need to be a joker. He's 19 years old. He's got a lot of time to learn. This kid's like glue. Everything you throw at him, he's going to stick with it. It's going to be a good matchup. This is going to be a good matchup overall. We just got to be glad that we finally have football that matters again this Saturday. There's finally football that means something. I'm so excited.
If Iowa's defense holds firm, I think they win this pretty easily. But like you said, this is a football game that matters finally. So we could see both teams just go at it. You know what I mean? So it could come down to the wire. It could be a thriller. We never know. Kansas State could pull it off if momentum at the quarterback position pulls off. I think this, college football it's exciting to watch, man. You got new faces every year. So it's fun to keep track of everybody and see what's going on. And I think Iowa State is going to be a sleeper team this year. I think they really got a very good overall balanced team. But this is their first test, and I'm looking forward to see what they can do against this Kansas State University team because this is a good test. This is a really good test to begin the season. So
Kansas State is a terrific ground game team too. I mean, we talked about it with Avery Johnson, but we forgetting Dylan Edwards here. I mean, this guy rushed for almost 200 yards in their bowl game last year, 2 touchdowns, only 18 carries. He had 546 yards in the season last year, but only 74 carries for 576 yards. That's almost 7.5 yards per carry, which is ridiculous.
If Dylan Edwards can go off like that again, I mean, who's saying they can't win this game? Dude, 200 yards in a bowl game, breakout game, by the way. Like you said, 74 carries. I can see Kansas State taking that if they get that run game going, dude. It could that D tackle that I was talking about, Dominique Orange on Iowa State. He's gonna have a big game, especially up the middle. So,
and the books here too. We'll just look at these quick. The books have this as a pretty high scoring affair, a middle of the road to higher scoring at 50.5. I feel like this could be a shootout. It leans more shootout than it does defensive standoff. So I would prefer the over on that. 50.5 points. They're predicting a fairly high scoring game. Kansas State currently the 3-point favorites right now. I think that's a little disrespectful. I really think Iowa State's the better team here. Kansas State's got the better ranking to start the year, better recruiting class this season. But the defenses were both middle of the road last year, middle of the pack. Kansas State the favorite in the money line as well. That game is going to be on ESPN. I will be watching that contest front to back. That's going to be a fun one to watch. But there are more games going on.
I think they're winning because Avery Johnson's going to be very, very good. But yeah, more games going on. What do
5 total.
We got UNLV versus Idaho State, not Iowa. Kansas or Fresno at Kansas. Sam Houston at Western Kentucky, and Stanford at Hawaii. I really want Stanford to be good. I don't know why. I don't think they will be this year, but I really want them to be good for some reason. I think they could be. But
they lost Eli Manor to the NFL draft. He was an outstanding wide receiver for that offense. Yeah. So losing him, that's going to sting a little bit. But they are playing a pretty easy layup game against Hawaii to start the year. Hawaii has had a great program since they are favored, but it's still a layup. They're both pretty rough teams. They haven't been great since Colt Brennan was their quarterback way back in the day. Stanford staying on the West Coast, thank God, because geography be damned in college football. But I think there's going to be some entertainment here too. There's not the Idaho State UNLV might be a snoozer. Kansas is another team to watch this year.
Yeah, that's a good
Kansas is going to be a fun team to watch.
Yeah, they got a new stadium, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a good
They
game.
do.
Kansas,
Yep.
I think Kansas will win that by like 3 touchdowns. But Fresno, they were not a team, like a bad team last year. They just had a lot of controversy with the quarterback wanting to leave, I believe, something like that, right? And it was just the coaches were just bad last year with the players. But Fresno could put up some good numbers here on kind of a weaker Kansas defense, but they are
We're also
a better overall team.
What I'm also thinking is we're going to put together a poll to see who all wants to, like our subscribers or our followers. We're really pretty much the same thing. If they want to see us live on a podcast on Saturday nights to watch a primetime game or on Sunday to watch a primetime game. So we'll put that out there. So since the football season is back and they only play once a week. So
just a little tangent too. Just real quick. Do we know if there's any podcasts out there that pick every single FBS game for the entire season?
Probably not.
Do we want to?
But we could be the one.
We could be the one to pick every single FBS game. I think we should do it. Let's just do it.
I say
hey, Division III schedule prediction.
Let's go. Not D3. No, just
we can do D3. Like we know D3 fairly well. We at least know the WIAC pretty well.
Like Drake University and shit.
Whitewater goes undefeated.
I hope.
Yeah. They will not go undefeated.
Absolutely not. They probably had the best years behind them now.
But should I just do it just every week with almost no knowledge of the game?
You should. We have a segment every week for Drew Best.
I'll just pick every single game.
Drew Best FBS. Let's do it.
Yes, right. We can have Drew come on or pick a random day and he'll be able to pick every single FBS.
We're gonna start Sunday night pods very soon with football. So after NFL football games, we can have FBS with Drew Best.
All right. Yes. I have very limited knowledge of college football in terms of who's on what team, but I can definitely. I think that I do fine for the most part. So
let's get it. So we're going to get into our last topic. Sam dropped off, but he'll be back in a second because it's probably internet stuff. Technical difficulties happens a lot, but we'll jump into our last topic, which is, I know it's not the greatest topic, and I know people don't want to talk about it, but
yeah, time for me to log up. Time for me to log up, right? Shut up, sports.
He didn't want to talk about.
I told him, let's just wait till Thursday because they wanted to talk about it on Tuesday.
This is why I wanted to talk about it on Tuesday. This is exactly why I wanted to talk about it.
They wanted to talk about it on Tuesday.
I'm gonna let Sam talk it off. Sam and Drew talk it off. I don't want to hear Jalen talk.
They wanted to talk about it on Tuesday, and I said, "Wait, let's just wait for the series. Get 3 games at least."
You were sweating. That's why you didn't want to talk about it. You were sweating.
Here's the deal, Jalen.
I wasn't sweating. I was just saying, like, it's one game. Like they have 5.
It's not like the Cubs are wiping the floor with the Brewers in any of these
games.
They're
Absolutely
not.
All but I just love seeing that depressed Brewer fan account. Yeah, I be checking it out sometimes. Y'all be posting that crap. I be looking at the depressed Brewer fan account, and they were pretty quiet. And I liked it.
Well, if they win today, then the Brewers are still ahead by 5 games.
Yeah, that's beautiful. But there would be 4 games lost.
I think this is a big one for the Brewers today. I think that they need to win this one.
It's gonna be hard.
This is a huge one. This going into the series, you needed to win a minimum of 2. Absolute minimum, right? Because letting the Cubs get 3 now gave them the season series and the tiebreaker, right? So at the end of the season, if there happens to be a game 163, it's going to happen at Wrigley again, right? So that's what stinks. However, winning 2 of this 5-game set means you're still 7 up in the division with, if my memory serves, 37 to go. 36, probably less than that now. 36, I believe. Maybe even less. Let me do the math here. Let's say we 80 and 48.
128.
That would be That'd be 34. Yeah, so there'd be 34 games left to go in the season. You're still up 7 in the standings. Yeah, we've lost 3 in a row. However, we're still like 56-20 in our last 76 games. That doesn't just happen.
No.
Teams are going to go in ebbs and flows during the season. It's bound to happen. And yes, there's still close games. The Cubs just happen to have our number this year. It is what it is. The Cubs are a talented team. Not much you can do about it. They're still they're a very well-run ship by Craig Counsell. And the Brewers, I mean, they're still 5 games up on the best record in baseball, period. Right? That's something that you can't just shy away at. The Brewers aren't on the verge of collapse. They're still fine. The Cubs are just running them up a little bit. They were due for a hard couple-game stretch. They're going to be fine. However, this is the wrong team to have a little skid against. This is 100% the wrong team to have a little skid against.
Obviously, I would say this is also a bad thing to give the Cubs that kind of momentum because now they wake up. And you know how they were before.
Yawn. Listen.
They're going to wake up. And September, dude, this is going to have shades of 2018 all over again. I'm excited. I'm actually so excited for this.
Postseason baseball.
We're going to be playing postseason ball in September. That's just the reality of the situation. This is fun. This is what it's all about right here. You cannot tell me with a straight face that you would not have taken this offer if at the beginning of the season, Drew and Nazir, if you were told by just some random schmuck off the street, right? You asked about the Brewer season. They told you that at the end of August, they would be winning their 80th plus game and being with the best record in baseball by more than 5 games with 30 to go. You cannot tell me with a straight face you would have said no to that offer.
Right, but
this is what it's all about. We were projected to win 82 games.
As you said, though, this is not the team you want to have a losing skid to, okay? Especially with the upcoming schedule we have. We got the Giants for 3 games coming up tomorrow. Then we got the D-backs all next week, and then we end the week with Blue Jays. We go to Toronto to play the Blue Jays. So
put that finger away, Jalen. I got something to say.
It's not
the Giants have been the worst team in baseball since the All-Star break.
Yes, correct.
Yes,
the Giants
absolutely.
have been crap. And they got to come to us, too.
The Phillies we've already played pretty good against them this year.
The D-backs play hard against them like the D-backs or the Reds do.
I remember a couple pods ago that I said August 15th through September 4th is going to probably be the Brewers' hardest, tough of games throughout the whole
19 games in 18 days.
Because the Cubs screwed us over, yeah.
I mean, because it's not even about it. You playing teams that, you know, even though they say the Giants have been the worst team, they still have what is that? They're right under the Reds. So they're like 6 games back behind the Mets. That's not at all not doable. Like, they can do that if they just get the right act together or they pitching. Like, we've seen the Diamondbacks do it. The Marlins did it. They went on a historical run at the end of the season and took the Cubs wild card spot to play the Phillies.
Mm-hmm.
So the Giants are there. The Diamondbacks, they're done. But that's
they play hard, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's still a gritty team.
They play in Milwaukee, though, which kind of sucks for them.
Well, I mean, recent success. But that's not the same team. And then you got Toronto, and then you got the Phillies. So
forgot about the Phillies.
This is going to be.
We've had the Phillies number this year.
We have had the Phillies number this year. That's a team that down the stretch here and come playoff time, I'm not very concerned about Philadelphia simply because of matchup success. Schwarber is heating up, but I'm still not too concerned. I am concerned about the Cubs. They do have our number this year. That would be a team that I would be living and dying by every single movement, not let alone pitch. Every single little thing that happens in that game, I'd be living and dying by that.
That would be one of the biggest series in NL Central history.
I have a question.
It would be.
I have a question. Is it too early to say that Miz might be a bullpen guy in the playoffs?
No, I've been suggesting that, and I think it's smart.
I think it's Zimmer Quintana.
He's the guy that follows the opener. Look at his first inning, second inning success. There isn't any since his first few games in the league. There hasn't been any opening success for him. So you throw out the opener. You put out Jared Koenig. You put out there, Aaron Ashby, DL Hall. Quintana for a couple innings, and then you let the electric factory out there and let him just shove 103.
I think he would be perfect for a bullpen.
I think.
Yes.
I don't think he can pitch more
Perfect.
than 3 innings in the postseason.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. Move him to the pen. Get him the experience now. That's what's most important. The Brewers are here to stay for a while. I hope everyone here realizes that. They're here to stay for quite a while. Get him the experience now. Don't kill his arm. Don't kill the kid. Let him get the experience. Let him go out there, walk a few guys, and strike out a few more. Give up maybe 1 or 2, and go out there and let the bats do their thing. That's what you got to do with this guy. He's got to be a back-end closer because – or not a closer, a back of the bullpen kind of guy for the playoffs, because no team is going to want to go through 5 or 6 of Freddie Peralta, Brandon Woodruff, and Quinn Priester to then have to go face Mizorowski, Koenig, Abner Uribe, and Trevor McGill. No team wants – if you do not score runs off the starting pitching, you will not win. You will not win. The bullpen will not – they will not give up those runs. Miz in the bullpen would just make it more dangerous. It would just make it way more dangerous. And then that also takes away a spot from a guy like Grant Anderson or a guy like Nick Mears, who actually didn't pitch half bad yesterday, or a guy like Shelby Miller, who is a known terrorist in the Brewers organization. I mean,
we don't need him.
We don't need Shelby Miller. That trade was stupid from the jump.
Montgomery.
That trade was stupid from the jump. Unless you can turn Montgomery into a solid, like, I don't know, 10 wins, 12 losses with like a 4 or 5 ERA next year, fine. I'll take him as a back of the rotation kind of guy, but you didn't need that this year. Why was that the move? Why was that the deadline?
I'd rather have Nestor.
No, absolutely not. No. Have you seen what Nestor Cortez has been doing in San Diego? He's been worse. He's been worse. He gave up another like 4 home runs in the first inning to the Giants the other night.
Morale's probably low.
No, dude, he's just bad.
He's
just so bad.
I don't think
his fastball. Bad. No, Drew. His fastball is flat, low RPMs, and tops out at 89. That's no. With a non-deceptive delivery. Anymore. He's not deceptive. He doesn't have a good pitch mix. None of his pitches are above average tier, and he just leaves them in the zone. He litters the strike zone. I'll give him that. But when you're throwing 80 poo against big league pitching, it's going to be a recipe for disaster. I'm so glad we got rid of him. I'm so glad. And
so you rather have Jordan Montgomery?
I'd rather have Jordan Montgomery sitting the bench and not taking up a roster spot right now. Sure. And we're not paying him this year. We'll pay him next season. But here's the thing. Nestor Cortez was our 10th best starter this year. He's been in the league for how long? And he's been our 10th best starter. And you're telling me you'd rather have him starting in a high leverage playoff situation over Jacob Mizorowski, over Jose Quintana?
I'd rather
have Chad Patrick out there in Game 7. I'd rather have Chad Patrick over Nestor Cortez.
Yeah, you would Chad Patrick is
Myers
just a great innings
over Nestor Cortez. Yeah, dude, he is. He is the definition of a Chad innings eater. No, and that's fine. That's fine. He's also like a 2-pitch pitcher with a weak changeup. Like, you got to give him some time to figure out his mix, to figure out how he's going to attack certain hitters in the lineup. That's cool with me. He had a great start to the year. He's one of the reasons why we've gotten this far. But to say you'd want Nestor Cortez starting in a high leverage situation is absurd.
I didn't say that.
That is absurd. You'd rather have Nestor Cortez.
That's not what I said. I said I'd rather have Nestor Cortez than Jordan Montgomery.
No, absolutely not.
What?
I'd rather have Jordan Montgomery right now. Montgomery is doing nothing for us. Montgomery's not going out there losing games. Nestor Cortez is losing games. He lost games. He had horrible out. This isn't just something that just happens. He has had multiple outings this year where he's allowed 3 home runs in the first inning for 2 different playoff franchises. The Padres, their demise might be at the hands of Nestor Cortez this year. I would much rather have a guy like Jordan Montgomery just sitting the bench and doing nothing. He's not even taking up a roster spot right now. He's on the 40-man, but he's one of the extra guys because he's injured. He's going to be on the injured list through the offseason into spring training next year. He won't be taking up a roster spot until probably April next year. He's not losing games for us. We're not even paying the guy until the offseason.
Next year,
I'm fine with it.
I feel like next year he's if we have him as a consistent starter, he's going 4-13.
I don't even know if he will. I still don't even.
I don't think he can.
Trade.
I don't think trade mattered.
Bob Gass is back. He's back in like October, November. I don't think he'll pitch for us this season, but Robert Gasser will be back. You're gonna have, as it stands right now, Freddie, Quinn Priester, Miz, Robert Gasser, and then pick your favorite DL Hall, Aaron Ashby as your starting rotation right now. Possibly Tobias Myers, possibly Chad Patrick. Logan Henderson is in the mix too. I don't know what their issue is with. He's injured right now, but I don't know their issue with Logan Henderson. He's proved he can do it at the big league level. Why do you keep bumping him down?
Is Wu in a contract year, Woodruff?
Yes, he's in a contract year.
Is he going to stay?
He was signed to a 2-year deal at the end of 2023 to just keep him with some consistency in Milwaukee, A, and B, keep him with the training staff so he could properly rehab so that he could pitch in 2025. Now he's a free agent at the end of this year. I could see him staying. He's just on the wrong side of 30. The velo is definitely dipped. He's become more of a location and movement pitcher, which just doesn't fit his pitch arsenal. I don't know if I'm comfortable. Depending on the price. It really depends on the price. This is where I would personally get cheap. It depends on the price for Brandon Woodruff this offseason. If it's more than $10 million, if it's 8 figures plus a season, congratulations.
Like they can go live
You've been paid. Congratulations for your contract. You've done a great time in Milwaukee. We really appreciate you, Brandon, but happy trails. That's where I'd leave it if he got 8 figures a year from somebody. If it's like 7-8 mil a season, bring him back. I'm cool with that. That'd be great, actually. But
I think
anything more than 10 million, so long, farewell, my dear. We say goodbye. That's just
with
the world we live in.
Injury history. That's still doable. So what?
I think it is too. I think it is, but it's dangerous. It's a dangerous game, dangerous line you're towing right there because you could be using that money elsewhere. Rhys Hoskins, goodbye. So long.
Bye-bye.
Jake Bauers, goodbye. Andrew Vaughn, not that I believe in the longevity of Andrew Vaughn just yet because I got to see more of it. He has cooled off a little bit, but he's still hitting like 340 as a Brewer, which is still insane, especially 2 months in now. But those guys.
Take it over Hoskins.
Goodbye. I would also take it over Hoskins 100%. When Hoskins comes back, bench. Sorry, you're on the bench.
He's going to be a power bat in the postseason.
Good. That's perfect. That's what we need. We've needed that for such a long time. But yeah, their offseason is going to look interesting. This is going to be a fun run the rest of the way, fellas. Buckle up. These next 35 games going to be the funnest 35 you've seen all season. And we won 14 in a row, damn it. This is going to be the funnest part of the season here.
Hopefully not too much fun. Let's just get the job done.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, we're going to jump into our final thoughts quickly here.
I'll go first.
Over Kalen Clark. Go ahead, Drew.
All right. I gotta pick my college football games. Iowa State, UNLV, Kansas, Western Kentucky over Sam Houston, and then Stanford over Hawaii.
This is also not betting advice. This is not betting advice. We are not telling you to pick these guys.
This is just me with no ball knowledge picking random college football games.
This is not
I think you got 100% too. I think you got 100%.
Thank you. Respect.
Well, I guess I'll go mine next. If I give you a little tour, we're moving out. Everything is
where are you moving?
Pretty empty. We're moving to South Beloit, Illinois here pretty soon. This Sunday, actually. Everything's already there. I just have some clothes in the dresser now, just for the rest of the week. And I do still have my golf clubs behind me. You know, got to get the essentials, right? So got to keep the essentials around. But yeah, we're moving out. Whitewater. It's been a fun 5 years of dwelling inside of you. Pause.
Hey,
whoa.
And then, but we do still have one more. Look,
wow.
Okay. We still have we still have
even if you say pause on that, that's still crazy.
You might as well shut up, bro.
We still have one more semester of school and work here, and then we're figuring out the future from there. Maybe we get another spring teaching again, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it's been fun. This is definitely a weird time in my life here, where I'm moving new cities, new state actually. Not Not sure how I'm going to be able to breathe in Illinois. I'm going to have to hold my breath every time I cross the state line. But yeah, so thus is life.
Be careful over there, man. I heard it's like.
Oh no, we're on a farm. We're completely out of the crap. We're on a farm.
You're on a farm.
Don't worry.
You're gonna live on a farm.
5 acres of farm. Well, the farmland is rented out. Someone else does all the farming and stuff. Like we just live in the house. So.
Oh, you have a house.
Yes, 3-bed, 2-bath on a farm.
It's like the Up movie where they're building like developments around the dude's house.
Yes, sir.
It's that Whitewater band, bro.
But yeah, you got that coming. Get ready. I will take my Utah tax 1,000%.
Have fun, buddy.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. Well, my income is still going to be Wisconsin. I think it's just my property taxes and what have you.
Yep, that's going to kick you out.
You'll be back for that Talkerton tailgate though. October 25th against
100%. October 25th.
Sam,
we will be there.
Buying a house already. That's fat. That's
didn't buy it. We're renting. We're renting through the lady's parents.
Okay,
renting through the lady's parents.
That's still nice.
But it's a possibly rent to buy. So that'll that'll be fun.
Damn, big things coming soon. I was telling Drew yesterday, man. Keep me on the lookout, man. Might be on ESPN Milwaukee very soon. So we're getting to that. We're getting to that level. Trying to get to partnerships with everybody. I'm still a reporter, still a part-time reporter there, but I'm trying to be full-time. Good Karma Brands in Milwaukee right now. So
he's working the phones.
That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing.
Keeping you guys
Bucks
updated.
Insider.
Bucks Insider eventually, hopefully, man. We're gonna get there. I wish they were still partnering with the Packers. That'd be fun. Working in the NFL. That's
the game now. That's the game's territory now.
Yeah, it's the TV. It's a TV side. It's a TV side's partner now, man. We don't really do it anymore. We do the Bucks and Brewers, which is still great, but and the Badgers in Madison though, but ESPN Madison. But we're moving up. We're trying to move up as fast as we can to get on your guys' level. So we're getting there.
I guess it's my turn. Yeah, I mean,
Utah.
Sam was just talking about Whitewater. I mean, brought up some old memories. That's like some nostalgia right there. Mr. Doug,
Come on.
I ain't gonna lie, because Whitewater, I would say Whitewater was like, even though I was only there for like a year and a half, that's probably some of the best years I've had in all of my college years. I ain't gonna lie.
We know that was all because of Sam's trash.
All I remember is Capstone with James Cates. That was a fun class.
We didn't even listen
sitting
to
there,
what he
dude.
was talking about, bro.
No, dude. If Cates is out there, man, God bless you, dude. You're the best. But
we love you.
All we did was sit up at the front and play Uno the entire class.
We did not listen to what you were doing.
We listened. We listened.
We heard him talking, but we heard there was no context.
We didn't always comprehend what was being said, but that's fine.
With all due respect, I had my news reporter job in March, so the last 8 weeks besides the Capstone was not.
Dude, Drew, you remember me stressing my ass off in the media lab for 12 hours that last day because I think it was the last 36 hours of the semester that year is when I put together my capstone project.
Yeah.
When I put it together.
Yep, everything.
Well, it was nuts. It was terrible.
But yeah, my real final thought is we've got our schedule for the season. We've got our names put on the big board schedule for our job. We got our names on there for what games we're gonna be working and stuff and things like that. And I'm gonna be at all the home games regardless if I'm working or not because that's free. But yeah, we got our names up there. We got our schedule released out for us yesterday, so it's here. It's right there. I mean, it's a month away from me because September 21st, since I'm already out here, I'll be going up there working some of the preseason hockey stuff. And when all the other people come in October, they'll be cool. But, I had the luxury of being able to hey, you want to start early? Heck yeah, I want to start early. So September 21st.
You got to get us on that facilities tour, Jalen.
Yes, bro. Get some videos, bro. And by the way, I might be doing some high school football stuff this fall. That'd be fun.
I'm shooting high school football tomorrow.
Oh, you are? And that's dope. Yeah, I might be doing something like September, October area when they got some Fridays open for me. So
Muskego at Nina, West of Pier at Hortonville.
Hortonville.
We had a long pod today, but thanks for the breaking news for Derrick Rose. So that's why it went long. So subscribe, like, share, and comment. Even comment for us. Follow our podcast page on other platforms. Description box below. We have a Spotify, Instagram, and TikTok. If you're on the Spotify, come watch us and interact with us live on YouTube. And we will be posting reels of this show, and we will be having a poll out there soon about if anybody want to watch us do Saturday night primetime games, watch-alongs, and Sunday night primetime games with the NFL. So with that, it's been Shot of Sports. So we'll see you tomorrow. Oh, there's Friday with Nas and Chris, even though it's not going to be Chris. It might be somebody else.